Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines. Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Seven CPP-NP rebels laid down arms in Caragan region. Another batch of Philippine Air Force contingent arrives in Australia for Pitch Black 2024. Meralco announces delay in July billing. DICT finds 73,000 vulnerabilities in government digital assets.
Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today is Thursday, July 11. We will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rolf Susan for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces
And for the brief overview of our stories, the troops of the 4th Infantry Division achieved significant success in the provinces of Agusan del Norte and Surigao del Sur. This led to the peaceful surrender of 7 CPP-MPA terrorists along with 4 firearms. Last July 7, the 75th and 38th Infantry Battalions facilitated the surrender of 4 terrorists from Northeastern Mindanao Regional Committee in San Miguel, Surigao del Sur. In a separate operation, the 29th and 30th Infantry Battalions secured the surrender of 3 more terrorists in Cabadbaran City and Kitcharao, Agusan del Norte. Brigadier General Francisco Lorenzo and Brigadier General Arsenio D. Cisadoral commended the successful operation.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Air Force's main body of its 162-strong contingent arrived in Darwin, Australia yesterday to participate in Pitch Black 2024. This group follows the first batch that arrived last July 7, 2024. The contingent, arriving aboard the Philippine Air Force C-130 tactical transport aircraft, included 4 FA-50PH fighter jets set to take part in the international exercise. Lieutenant General Stephen Pareño, the Commanding General of the Philippine Air Force, highlighted the importance of operation readiness and international collaboration. This year's exercise, running from July 12 to August 2, 2024, is historic for the Philippine Air Force as it marks the first time the force has deployed its aircraft overseas for an international exercise involving 20 participating countries.
Armed Forces Radio.
And for other updates, let us hear the details about Philippine Army Chief affirms defense partnership with Indonesian Army. Go ahead, Spencer Ross.
Rough indeed that the Philippine Army reaffirmed its robust defense cooperation with the Indonesian Army. This was during the courtesy visit of Commanding General of the Philippine Army, Lieutenant General Roy M. Galido, to the Army Chief of Staff General Tentara at Jakarta, Indonesia yesterday. Both Army chiefs discussed ongoing efforts in their capability development and interoperability. Moreover, CGPA highlighted bilateral training activities such as training activity Pilondo Strike for 2024 at TA Dolphin 2024 scheduled for August 2024, emphasizing collaborative initiatives. Again, this is Spencer Ross reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Spencer Ross.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Navy has expressed full support for Junior Officer Lieutenant Jessa Mendoza as she seeks to clear her name following an alleged identity theft incident. Philippine Navy Public Affairs Director Commander John Perzialcos made that statement after she was implicated in a Senate investigation as an incorporator or director of several Philippine offshore gaming operators. He announced that the Philippine Navy has initiated an internal inquiry in coordination with Lieutenant Mendoza to understand how her name became entangled in the issue. Commander Alcos emphasized that the Philippine Navy is prepared to testify to Lieutenant Mendoza's impeccable record over her decade-long service. He also reminded all Navy personnel and the public to take necessary precautions with their online activities to avoid falling victim to identity fraud.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, Manila Electric Company has notified its customers of a slight delay in the arrival of their July billing statements. Meralco stated that it is due to necessary coordination with the Energy Regulatory Commission regarding the generation charge for the said month. To accommodate this, the company will adjust the billing due dates to provide customers with sufficient time to settle their payments. Previously, Meralco, along with others, postponed the passing on 500 million pesos in generation charges to their customers to alleviate the impact of pass-through charges.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Let us hear an update from Dudes regarding Westmincom activates Joint Task Force Poseidon for Maritime Defense.
Yes, good afternoon, Ro. The Western Mindanao Command officially launched Joint Task Force Poseidon, aimed at bolstering maritime and territorial defense efforts across southern Philippines. Rear Admiral Francisco Tagamulila, head of Naval Forces Western Mindanao, assumed the said command tasked with overseeing operations spanning Westmincom maritime area, including the Philippines' southern borders with Malaysia and Indonesia. Their core responsibilities encompass territorial defense, internal security operations, and collaboration with law enforcement agencies to combat unlawful activities. Westmincom Commander Lieutenant General William Gonzales stressed its operational readiness and commitment in deploying assets and intelligence effectively to achieve strategic goals. This is Dudes reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Dudes.
DWDD National News.
For other story, the Department of Information and Communications Technology has identified 73,000 vulnerabilities across more than 20,000 government digital assets. The ICT Undersecretary Jeffrey Iandi reported that these vulnerabilities affect over 1,000 government agencies, including local government units and government-owned and controlled corporations. These weaknesses were discovered through their Project Sonar or Security Orchestration and Network Assessment and Review System. Despite the efforts by the department to alert government agencies, only 21% have responded to recommendations to protect their systems from hackers. To address this issue, the DICT is coordinating with the Civil Service Commission and Department of Budget and Management to create plantilla positions for cybersecurity workers.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development warned the public against scams using the agency's name on social media platforms. DSWD Assistant Secretary Arin Dumlao reminded the public not to engage with social media contents that are not issued from their official social media accounts. She said those pages and groups contain fake information that aims to mislead the public or gather personal information that can be used by online scammers. The DSWD issued this statement following the circulation of an online post stating the department is giving educational assistance.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
We have a report coming in about AFP investigates reports of Russian-Chinese naval drills in South China Sea. Go for the details, Beth.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines stated that they are investigating report of joint naval drill between a Russian corvette and Chinese warship in the South China Sea. The AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. said that they haven't received specific information but will inspect the situation to safeguard the Filipino within the rules-based international order. It can be recalled that following a violence incidents last month, Manila and Beijing agreed to ease tensions. This is Beth Taneta reporting for the AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Beth Daniete.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Labor and Employment signed an agreement with Jollibee Foods Corporation to enroll 900 disadvantaged youth under the Enhanced Special Programs for Employment of Students, or SPES. The SPES offers short-term employment to disadvantaged students and youths during school breaks. Dolan Secretary Benvenido Laguesma said, through the training and internship that the company offers, beneficiaries gain hands-on experience in real-world environments. Laguesma also underscored the importance of promoting youth employability through education and training.
DWDD National News.
Overseas Filipino Workers Party List Representative Marisa Magsino said the Philippines will forge a new labor agreement with Saudi Arabia in October. Citing interviews, Magsino said that Saudi Arabia was among the host countries with the hardest working conditions. She said that workers there are unable to enjoy a weekly day off to unwind and relax due to the lack of access to public mass transport. The lawmaker noted that this issue would be tackled at the negotiation for a new bilateral labor agreement for both general or skilled workers and domestic or household service workers in October. Currently, there are more than 800,000 Filipinos in Saudi Arabia.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
And now let's hear our reporter on the ground for some updates about Philippines raises alarm over Chinese military presence near Miyako Island. Go on for the details, Dreamboy.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines voiced concern as Chinese naval forces, including the aircraft carrier Shandong, were detected operating in the vicinity of Miyako Island in the Philippine Sea. AFP spokesperson Colonel Rancel Margaret Padilla emphasized the critical importance of maintaining regional stability and adherence to international maritime law, particularly the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea. Moreover, she reaffirmed that the AFP remain vigilant in safeguarding our territorial waters and upholding our national interests. Report indicated that alongside the Shandong, a guided missile destroyer and frigate were engaged in flight deck operation with fighter jet and helicopters, raising security concern in the region. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jimboy.
DWDD National News.
Top government leaders, ambassadors, and experts will meet tomorrow for the biggest West Philippine Sea Conference this year, where they will also celebrate the 8th anniversary of the 2016 arbitral ruling in favor of the Philippines. This event is expected to be attended by the ambassadors of the United States, Australia, Canada, France, and Japan, officials from the National Security Council, Philippine Navy, Philippine Air Force, Philippine Coast Guard, and the Presidential Office for Maritime Concerns are also expected to speak during the event. Strat-based Institute President Professor Dindo Manhit said it is timely to discuss and exchange views on the strategic value of the arbitral ruling amid the continuous aggressive and coercive actions of China in the West Philippine Sea.
DWDD National News.
High-ranking members of the House of Representatives believe that the Reciprocal Access Agreement, or RAA, between the Philippines and Japan is crucial for maintaining regional stability in Asia and the Pacific. In a joint statement, Deputy Speaker Representative David Suarez, Majority Leader Manuel Jose Dalite, and Senior Deputy Speaker Representative Aurelio Gonzalez Jr. said that the RAA is a clear demonstration of the country's commitment in safeguarding its sovereignty and protecting the well-being of its people. They noted that amid evolving security threats, the agreement provides the ideal framework for coordinated action. Last Monday, Defense Secretary Gilberto Chodoro Jr. and Japanese Foreign Minister Kamikawa Yoko both signed the RAA. The defense pact would allow Filipino soldiers to undergo joint combat training with their counterparts in Japan.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let's hear from Mike about AFP installs new commander of JTF-NCR.
Armed Forces of the Philippines formally installed the new commander of Joint Task Force National Capital Region in a change of command ceremony held at Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City yesterday. AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. graced the event wherein Brigadier General Eric Macaambak, Philippine Navy Marines, succeeded Major General Jaime Larreda, Philippine Navy Marines, who was recently promoted to AFP Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations, or J3. A member of the PMA Tanglaw Diwa, class of 1992, the incoming chief previously served as the 28th Commander of the 1st Marine Brigade and Commander of Naval Task Group Central, Joint Task Force Central, Western Mindanao Command. General Browner commended outgoing JTF-NCR chief for his contributions and praised the new commander for his outgoing leadership and operational expertise. This is Mike reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Mike.
DWDD. National News.
Around 250,000 Filipinos are at risk of losing their jobs should there be a total ban on Philippine offshore gaming operators, or POGO. According to PAGCOR Chairperson and Chief Executive Officer Alejandro Tenco, the government will also lose 22 to 23 billion pesos worth of taxes for 2024 alone. Yet Tenco assured that they will follow should the President and lawmakers decide to totally ban the POGOs. Earlier, Finance Secretary Ralph Recto said that he submitted his letter to President Faro Marcos Jr. recommending the total ban of the POGO operations in the country.
DWDD. National News.
The camp of suspended Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo filed a petition for certiorari before the Supreme Court yesterday. They are asking the SC to block the invitations and subpoena of the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality. Respondent to the petition is Committee Chairperson Senator Riza Hontiveros, who has been leading the Senate investigation into illegal POGO hubs in Tarlac and Guo's alleged involvement in them. The suspended mayor's camp said Hontiveros committed grave abuse of discretion and violated the mayor's right to her privacy. Guo has missed the past two Senate hearings, citing her health and mental health concerns.
Armed Forces Radio.
From Second CRG, let us hear more updates from Jess about government troops clash with NPA terrorists in Masbate.
Yes, Ralph. A significant encounter between government troops and communist NPA terrorists occurred in Barangay Igang, Masbate City, Masbate Province on July 10, 2024. According to reports, operating troops of the 96th Infantry Ala Battalion 9ID Philippine Army under the operational control of the 903rd Infantry Brigade clashed with a group of 15 communist NPA terrorists in the area. The encounter resulted in the death of one NPA member and the capture of two high-powered firearms by the government forces. Several war materials, including ammunition and explosives, were also recovered from the scene. The operation is seen as a major victory for the government forces in their efforts to address communist insurgency in the region, and the recovery of the high-powered firearms and war materials will also significantly disrupt the CNT's ability to carry out further attacks. Residents of Barangay Igang can now feel reassured knowing that their safety is safeguarded by the Philippine Army's commitment to peace and security. This is Jess from Solcom reporting for AFP News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jess from Second CRG.
DWDD National News.
The Commission on Elections and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, or TESDA, signed a Memorandum of Agreement for Voter Education. COMELEC Chairperson George Erwin Garcia said that under the agreement, voter education would be integrated into the TESDA curriculum. It will be promoted through pre-taped seminars and orientations regarding the registration process and requirements, as well as other crucial information needed by voters participating in the upcoming 2025 elections. Garcia noted that COMELEC cannot conduct the elections alone, and it should be a whole-of-nation approach.
DWDD National News.
House of Representatives Secretary General Reginald Velasco clarified that the government will spend 20 million pesos for the third State of the Nation address of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and not for food alone. In a statement, he said that included in the 20 million budget are the security expenses, equipment rentals, food and beverages, uniforms for around 2,000 Secretariat employees, interagency coordination meeting of departments and agencies involved in the SONA, and other incidental expenses. Velasco then gave assurance that the SONA budget would be used properly. He also assured the public that they are committed to transparency and responsibility in spending the public funds.
Armed Forces Radio.
From Pasig, let us hear more updates from Ella Mercado about Pasig LGU launches calendar of activities in support of government's PPON campaign.
Thank you very much. As part of the celebration of Nutrition Month this July, different activities was launched by the City of Pasig to support the government campaign against malnutrition. Under the theme Philippine Plan of Action for Nutrition, or PPAN, the local government has formulated health activities to be the basis in promotion of the government's goal for this. Based on the study done recently, has discovered the low level of consciousness of some barangays about the problem of nutrition in the country. Related to that, the local government of Pasig aims to help spread of national government advocacy to be fixed the health condition of many Filipinos. In collaboration of different sectors of the government, which includes barangays, Department of Education, and other NGOs, led by their nutrition committee, a month of city activity is expected will be successful and to obtain participation of their constituents for the said celebration. This is Ella Mercado reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ella Mercado.
DWDD National News.
Quezon City Police District Chief Brigadier General Rodrigo Maranan reminded the progressive groups that burning effigies during President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s State of the Nation address is illegal. He said that it is clearly stated under Batas Pambansa 880. According to the QCPD chief, progressive groups, the police, and the local government units are currently discussing where protest actions could be held during SONA. Around 6,000 QCPD personnel will be deployed for PBBM's third SONA.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
That's all for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rolf Susan for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.